Hi, dear viewer. How are you? And praise the Lord. Well, welcome to the next episode of How We Met Show here at Church of Uganda Family TV. Well, I bring you yet another beautiful story of a great couple, their newlyweds, the newest Bagole on the block, Craninah and Viola. They are here to tell us their story of how and when they met. Well, today I bring you the Nakohente people. Yes, Gambanogo. Oh, by the end of the show, I will win myself a call. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't you join me welcome these great people, the How We Met show. Way pa la 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 la. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Bagole. That name Bagole is still shining on you. That's beautiful. You look great. Hi, Viola.
Hi.
You're shining.
Thank you.
The Bagole is treating you well, eh?
You too. Thank you.
Really? Hi, Craninah.
Hi.
Happy to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling now that you're no longer the one Craninah?
Yeah, it is so great. It is so nice to have someone.
To be double, eh? That's beautiful. How does it feel, Viola?
It feels great.
How was the transitioning? You know?
The transitioning, I'm getting there. That's what I can say. Yeah, but it's been a good journey. So far, so good.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We are learning.
We thank God. We thank God. Craninah, what is happening with the boys now?
I can't say. I don't know how best I can say this, but they look at me and I also feel like, hey man, you guy. You also went there, so they be asking me how is the wife?
How is it going? Wow.
But it created some. They try to give you space.
I know. Yeah, they are right. You need your space, eh? Yeah, for a bit. But you'll forgive us. We actually brought you here when you're still in your honeymoon. Yeah. Anyways, the viewer is already excited. Definitely, they want to get it when it's still hot before it's watered down. How and when did you meet? Who's the storyteller? I'm seeing you're thinking.
Yeah, we met in 2000. That's 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, at a friend's place in Mbara, and we had gone for ED. So I think they also invited Viola and a friend to Viola. Then she came along with Viola, and that's how we met.
Oh, yes. And you saw the sunshine, eh? You saw that.
Yeah, and we got that time after eating. We interacted, and I saw someone I liked.
What did you like about Viola?
One, I could tell that this person is actually good. Like very first time.
Okay, she was seated or she was walking around?
No, we interacted a lot, so we are jazzing. So I could tell that actually this. You know, so you can tell how someone thinks or is by just hearing how they talk about things, how they so that's how I got attracted, but of course the beauty. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so beautiful. Viola, the version of the story isn't the same.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it's not the same. For me, I just went for it. Meanwhile, I didn't want to go. So my friend forced me and pleaded with me to go with her. So I went, and just like he said, we went out and interacted. We were very many people that were young. So we decided to interact, and that's when I met Craninah. But little did I know that he was seeing something else.
So you were just seeing a friend there.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember him talking about very many things. He's sanguine. So he said a lot
He
of
doesn't
stuff.
look.
He actually is.
Oh, that
actually is.
because maybe he's right in front of the cameras.
Maybe. So by the time we actually left, we almost knew everything about him, like the things that he's passionate about. So yeah, that is what I can say. I didn't know that he had actually seen what he just said. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how.
So, Craninah, at what point do you actually reveal what you were seeing at that time?
So immediately after when we were going back home, so we pushed them, we exchanged contacts, and even with her friend. And you know, when you have that something that is inside and you really want to put it out.
I know.
So
It was really
I couldn't wait, but I was fearing
was
her.
burning you.
Yeah, I was fearing her, so I couldn't tell her immediately. So I wanted to go through a friend, but then a friend was also a bit hard. It's like, you tell her yourself.
Hey, that friend was so serious.
After
Oh,
like
no.
a month, I called her and we interacted on a date, but I didn't even tell her about my feelings for her, but she knew. But that was my best moment ever.
Aw.
Just her accepting to be with me on a date.
On a date. So you hadn't actually expressed your feelings to her that time?
Yeah, I told her later after the time,
Much later.
but she told me that she was dating. And then I felt disappointed. I felt disappointed. I had to chill. So I gave it time. After like a year, there is a friend of hers who is also a friend of mine. So she met me in Tonga and asked me, like, hey, by the way, Viola was asking me for your number. So I think they gave her my number. She called me. It's like, hey, Craninah, I wanted to ask you about something. So that's how we started connecting again. And I opened up to her. She was like, Craninah, first wait, see. So there's a time I was just on my phone. That time I was in Xoro. I told her in just a joking way, you know, like when you're joking, it's like, well, those issues are not supposed to be on phone. How can you discuss such issues on phone? So I had my company. I drove all the way from Xoro where I was working. I came to Kampala. I called her on a date. We talked. So she asked me, so why do you want to marry?
No.
I told her, it's like, I want you to be the mother of my kids. And so
That
many,
poem.
so many things. But I
Wow.
was, at that moment, I was so nervous. But I was really so intentional. Like, I wanted to show that seriousness. So, as we were going back, as I was driving her back to campus, she told me, okay, I'll think about it. So when I reached home, I called her and I asked her, so what's up? She was like, for you, what do you think? It's like, I think you just came in the right time.
Wow.
Yeah, because she was finishing campus. She was in her last semester, so she told me that she didn't want to date before finishing campus. So that's how we connected, and here we are.
Wow. Wow, the rest is in the past tense. That's a very cute and beautiful story, and I love it.
Yeah, of course, the story is too big. We are just summarizing.
Yeah, but still, it's really beautiful. But I'll take it up from you, Viola. I want to know, I don't want to think for you. Did you see that coming from him?
Okay, the time we met in Imbara, I actually didn't see it coming. Because being the type of person he was totally a different version of him. So he told my friend, he told my friend, and my friend actually called me and told me about it. But then she told me what he said to him, like, why can't you just tell him? Just go and talk to her yourself. Like, why do I have to tell her?
I mean,
for
that
you?
is a serious issue.
Yes. So he did what? He actually tried to tell me over the phone, and I remember I was still interning at a law firm in Imbara. So he asked to meet me on a date. The date he's talking about, my version, he wanted to open up a company.
Oh.
So he actually asked me out on a date for legal advice, not for a date for asking me out.
Oh.
So even when we were on that date, he says that it's the best moment of his life. I didn't know that he actually was interested.
Oh.
Yes, I
Wow.
remember I was finishing my internship that day, and I talked to him. Then I forwarded his number to my boss so that he can continue and go, so they can open up a company. And I can tell you up to now, that company is not yet
Has it been opened? Oh my
Yes.
God.
So I believe that it was
Oh,
strategy.
Craninah, why? Wow.
So yeah, and then we lost touch, we lost contact until after 1 year, when I was telling that friend of mine that I needed his number to ask him about certain things that he used to deal in that time. And then it was by coincidence that she met that girl, and then the girl gave me the number, and then I talked to him that very day, and that's how we reconnected. And for him, it was still as fresh as how we had met in Imbara. So he asks me out over the phone, and he tells me this, it's been on my mind, and I think it was after a period of 1 year. Yes. Yeah, so I tell him these things are not supposed to be discussed over the phone. If it's as serious as you say it is, then show me
Look
the
into my
serious.
eyes
Yes.
and tell me.
Yeah.
Why?
So
Wow.
he drove all the way from Kisoro to
Wow, that was-
Kampala, and then we went out.
That
on
proved
a
the
date.
seriousness.
Yes,
all the way
it
from
did.
Kisoro. Wow, he was so
Yes, he
serious.
did.
Yes.
He knew what he wanted.
Yes, he did. So he asked me out, and he told me, I remember that day we were at Cafe Javas. So I had prayed about it because I was nervous about that date. I even told my friends to pray for me because I knew what he was going to say. You know, being on a date when you don't know what someone is going to say is different. But when you know what someone is going to tell you, and then you don't know what to respond. So I had prayed about it, and I had told God, if he's the one, let him ask me out even when I interrupt him. So on that date, I interrupted him so many times. I remember I even went in the toilet.
Strategy.
I even went in the toilet at Javas. I spent like 20 minutes just in the mirror, not doing anything. But I just wanted him to get frustrated and not say anything. But
Did you know about that? You're hearing this for the first time. Wow.
so when I sloped down the stairs, I saw some friends of mine, and I told him, hey, you see that one? That one is my friend. And then he's like, no, Viola, we didn't come here to talk about your friends. We didn't come here to talk about the different cars that people are driving or what. I came here because there is something I want to tell you. And he looked into my eyes, and he told me that, you know, I have not known you for so long, but for the little time we interacted, even the time I met you in Imbara at what is it called?
Havana.
No, not Havana. The ED.
yeah.
Yes, the ED. There is something about you that I've not seen in anyone. So that is how he disclosed everything, and he told me, I want you to give me an address. I want you to be my wife. Like he just laid it like that.
So plainly.
He did plainly.
Wow.
Yes. So he told me, I want you to be the mother of my children. I want you to be my wife. I want you to be mine. I want to marry you. I don't want to pass through bushes. I'm not going to date you. You're not going to be a girlfriend. I want you for a wife. And I'm like, oh wow. Okay, good. I prayed, but I didn't tell you that it should be plain like this, but God brought it like that, and to me it was a confirmation actually that what I had prayed for had actually come true.
Oh,
yes,
that's so beautiful. I really love your story, but because of time, now we really fast forward. Where did you do your church service from?
We did a church service from Tungamu. Oh, yes.
What is that thing that you can never forget about your church service?
What I can't forget about my church service are the vows.
Oh,
yes.
They hit you real.
Yes, the vows and that time when he removed the
veil.
Yes, and the way he reacted.
He was okay. How did you react?
Just a very big smile.
Oh. So highlights for you, Craninah. Your story is actually so beautiful. So what highlights from the church service?
The church service, at first I was nervous when I was entering church.
I know how it can be.
And I couldn't wait to say the vows. And after I finished saying them, I felt like relieved. It's like, I've been preparing all this just for
just saying it for a minute.
So I remember when Aaron Katweheyo, when we did training with them. So I remember one time he told me, like, after saying those vows, just know that you have taken her. Like, just know she's your wife. You can even go without eating. You can go for her. Okay. So when we finished our vows, I felt relieved, and the church service was also nice because we had a nice priest who is our family friend, and is also a cousin to Viola.
Oh, yes. God did it well.
And he was very good. It was very good. So he brought that connection.
Wow. Oh, guys, it is so serious here. Anyways, dear viewer, please let's take a look at the. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. The vows, everybody, vows. That was so great. And I love your priest, really. Yeah, he did preach well. And dear viewer, don't forget that we are still with Craninah and Viola. They are telling us their beautiful story of how and when they met. Well, Craninah's song changed. Now it is Mbwino Musheshe. Oh, Charlie single. Wow, you're so well covered with a lady from Bushenyi.
Yes.
Wow, that's so cute. Anyways, Viola, I will take it up from you. What really attracted you to him?
First and foremost, his intentionality. He was intentional from the very beginning. And for me, the physical bit came in later. But he was so intentional, and he asked me out. And even when he asked me out, throughout the journey of courtship, he was still intentional. He said, we can't do this on our own. If we do it, we are bound to fail. So he put it upon himself to make sure we get people to mentor us throughout the courtship journey. And it was a beautiful experience, even when we had our ups and downs. Because we had people to guide us, we still kept moving, and it was because of him. He was really intentional, and of course, obviously, he's handsome. Yes, and he has a very cute smile.
Hey, Mama, you keep smiling. Wow.
So, yes, that is what stood out for me.
Oh, and he's still the same for the months you've spent together?
Yes, it's still the same.
Oh, that's cute. Well, to you, Craninah, I know you've had all those things and you might fail to speak, but we are on the show. We have nothing to do.
Yes.
Anyways, usually, footing the bills, especially for the wedding and everything. How easy or how hard was it preparing for your wedding?
First of all, I had a very big support from my parents, and another big support from my friends. Yeah, because they did like 95% of our wedding. Everything that we got, even the money that took us for honeymoon in Dubai.
Oh, you went to Dubai. Hey, Mama.
So I really want to thank my friends. They supported me. But most importantly is to have that courage, as in, like, that you can do it with or without. You go and do what you can do. Yes. Then I don't want to forget God, because He's the one who provides. He gave my friends and my parents, and also gave me a beautiful wife. So I want to thank God for that.
Amen.
So it was easy. It was not hard.
And that can only be God, by the way.
Maybe the only hard thing is maybe when the period of making decisions, it was hard. Yeah.
With what decisions?
As in mostly hard things, and then how things were, us men don't know things, so convincing someone that this is what I want. But still, we managed to finish that wedding.
Okay. Did you ever, I think this is for you, Brenda. Did you ever feel the pressure, sorry, Viola, did you ever feel like a stress, like a pressure at any point?
For the wedding, no. I actually did feel the pressure. We had prayed through it all, but I didn't feel any pressure. I think the only time that I felt the pressure maybe was because of what everyone was saying. Like, social media has a lot of things. So, people can be saying, what if he doesn't come? What if the day reaches and then you look at
it
those
will end in
things
tears.
It will end in tears. I think that is the only pressure. Then I started thinking about all those things, because they were all over. Everyone is saying, they are telling you those stories of they prepared a wedding and someone didn't come. But then I knew the person I was dating, and I knew that he would come. But still, because I was listening to so much, I think that's the only pressure. But financially, we did, because we had said that we are going to do what we can manage. So I did not feel that pressure financially, or the only pressure came in from stories from different people.
Okay. Yeah. That was really beautiful, and we want to thank God for that. But Craninah, do you think this was your perfect wedding? Did you have a picture as you were growing up of the kind of a wedding that you would want to have? And also, do you think this was Viola was your perfect choice? Did you have that kind of a woman that you wanted, that you envisioned at one point?
One thing that I've forgotten to tell you is when I saw Viola and we became friends, I saw a serious woman in her. So, and inside me, like, I felt that I needed a serious woman.
I know, you're a sanguine.
Someone who can push you, someone who can be so intentional. That was Viola. So actually my interest just came from there. It's like, but I think if I go with Viola, we can make a great family.
You can make it a great family.
So about the wedding, I think it was beyond even what we were planning for. It was so beautiful. Because initially we were planning for something small and we just look at ourselves, we don't have money, but it was so nice. Yes, that's what I can say.
Wow. That's so cute. Viola, do you say this was your perfect wedding?
Oh yes, it was. It was my perfect wedding because looking at the things I had said when I was still a girl before, like the things I had put out for myself, like someone should ask me out, I shouldn't date, and then we break up, like everything fell into place. And it was really my perfect wedding because I dated and it ended in praise.
Amen. Amen. That was so, I really love this and I'm enjoying how God really, really walked this journey with you. But then where did you host your reception from?
That was Ankole Resort.
Ankole Resort
Yes.
in Ntungamo. Wow, you said let the people from our village enjoy this wedding.
Yeah,
was it your first time to be in Ntungamo or you had been there before?
No, I had been there before. I had been there several times. I have relatives there, so it wasn't my first time.
A place of cows. How many cows did they bring at your home? I'm kidding. Let my producer not run away. Wow. But that is so interesting. So Ankole Resort, something?
Yes, Ankole Resort.
Ankole Resort. Highlights from your reception.
When I reached at the reception and I saw so many people. You don't know how good it feels when you see your friends come all the way from Kampala.
I know.
Just to attend your wedding. I felt so happy. Then I saw those villagers deep, where we come from. And then you just see someone so happy, so excited, even more than us. Like, people enjoy it. So I felt so happy when I saw friends, when I saw relatives come.
Oh, that was so good. Highlights from you, Viola.
The highlights from the reception, the decoration. My favorite color. I saw the flowers, everything was lilac, and so for me that was the biggest highlight. And then the other thing, how we entered and everyone stood up and started clapping. Like we didn't expect that. We didn't expect that. We thought, being that we had put it in the village, they would tell us to do those slow songs of ta ta ta. But then we danced and everyone was happy, and so the way we entered, and then also the bishop. Yes, seeing him at the reception and him blessing us, it was tick for me.
Oh, that was so beautiful. But then I'm also curious a little bit. You were in Kampala and the wedding was happening in Ntungamo, some kilometers away. How did you manage to actually put all that together and manage to have a very successful function?
We had a committee, actually two different committees, one for Kampala and one for Ntungamo. So we had divided our responsibilities. So we had us who were in Kampala, we had some things to cover, and they also had their things to cover. So that's how easy it was. So the money they collected that side covered their things, and also we covered part.
Well, dear viewer, let's take a quick look at the reception and the show will return thereafter.